In the greatest city in the world, the city that never ever sleeps. You only live once, but you live like us. Once is enough. What's going on, everybody? This is Gunz. Of course, this is the Gunz Show, and I am so excited. I'm so excited just to be able to say their name and relevancy once again, but also be able to catch up with a longtime friend, a longtime buddy, a longtime homie, a longtime baller. Yes, we're giving them baller status right now because they are so back. And it's not just them, but it's also our friends from, oh, you might know them, The Cab. Let's go. Sam, Paradise Fears. What's up, Sam Miller? Just like old times, baby. Let's
Man,
go.
that intro makes me feel so back. I honestly didn't realize quite how back we were until I heard that.
Dude, if you need a hype man for any of the shows that I'm going to be attending, you let me know because you know
You've
I
done it
got you on that
before.
intro, bro.
Hell yeah, man.
Dude, that is yeah, man. No, I mean, for those that don't know, for the listeners out there, yes, Paradise Fears just announced that they're going to be on this upcoming run with The Cab. We're very excited, but I got to say this for those that weren't able to see it, you were smiling during that intro, man, because I feel like you've done reunion shows, holiday shows, things like that. Dude,
Oh,
things are happening right now. You got the dogs on you right now.
I got a whole
You
family
got
now.
the kid with you.
Food's ready.
Food's ready. Okay, I'll be down in a minute. Okay.
Daddy's a star.
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
Yeah, man, dude, there you go. You do, yeah. Talk to us about
None
it.
of none of that was true the last time we were touring.
You're just smile. Yeah, you definitely didn't have a kid. Yeah, all that stuff. Dude, congratulations on that. But how's it feel, man? The buzz, reaction,
Oh,
everything.
we're thrilled, man. I think there is a yeah. We've done a couple of reunion shows here and there in the 10 years since we were last touring, but man, something feels different about this time. I don't know if it's just that like the air has shifted around this like our genre and the world and scene that we kind of came up in to where it
Right.
really feels like it's kind of like fully come back, and obviously like the cab coming back is a piece of that. I don't know if it's the fact that we're getting out and getting to do like a full US run all across the world, or maybe we've just like fully actualized as adults and come to fully appreciate what this is. But man, yeah, something feels different. The energy feels good.
And I honestly, man, like I feel like, it's all the above and more. And like I
Yeah.
really do think it's a combination, not just from the band standpoint, but also the fans. And one thing that I gotta give props to, and obviously anytime it happened, I was always posting about it on social media. Anytime you did those reunion shows, which started kind of being annual, but then they stopped, and then like they were packed. I don't care if it was in New York, Mercury Lounge, or wherever the hell we were then, but
Mhm.
or Nashville last year. Like they were packed, dude. And so there was always something special about Paradise Fears. And now being able to take it on a run with a band like The Cab, and of course your besties with De Leon and so am I and all that, it just makes sense. If you're going to do it, you might as well be smart with it. Hopefully we've gotten a little bit smarter as we've grown up, so we might as well run with it, right?
Absolutely, man. No, I think we always got sorry, buddy.
You can, yeah, don't worry. I can edit it afterwards, so it's all good.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, good. You want me to just wait for a second and then yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Do whatever you got to do. I can always,
All right.
yeah.
Oh no, I was just gonna she's got him. Thank you.
Uh,
Sorry, I didn't give him the primer that we were cool. So I could cut in on the end of the that
Start over with the
question.
answer. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, man, I think we got very lucky to have people who cared about our band and like continued caring as they got older. I think that part of that is the fact that we like never really broke up, you know? Most
Mm.
bands sort of like have to kind of pick a moment when they're like, all right, we're done, we're gonna stop
Yeah.
touring at this point, and we sort of instead just like I think kept it open-ended, and so it never really quite ever felt like it ended. And yeah, we got really lucky with those with all of those reunion shows. The people
Yeah.
kind of continue to care enough to keep coming, and then we could obviously with our adult lives could only ever make so many shows work within, like you said, like used to be annual and then became like once every 3 years, but like
Yeah.
regardless of how few shows it was and how rarely it was happening, people would sort of like set their calendars around it, make the travel to come see us. And so it's exciting now to get to go see a few more cities that we haven't seen in a long
Totally.
time, give
Yeah.
people a few more options to be able to come see us, and yeah, hopefully see a lot of people that we haven't seen in a long time.
We're speaking here with Sam Miller, of course, lead singer from Paradise Fears. Paradise Fears is going to be on tour with The Cab. We're so excited for this. Just got announced. Take us back because I actually don't. I don't remember offhand, dude. But so remind us, like, what was Paradise Fear's like last tour, and like, did you ever announce? Like, did you ever announce that you guys were taking a break? I don't even remember. Bring us
Not
back for
really.
those that might not remember. It's been 10 years.
Yeah, I think the last full run we ever did was we did like 15 dates on the West Coast with the Rocket Summer in
Okay.
2015, maybe 2016. Um, Prior to that, we did a full US with Andy Grammer. That was sort of all right around the time that it was, our lives were starting to kind of pull us in different directions. We were
Of course, yeah.
hitting that kind of like age where it started to you either sort of like lock into this long term or go
Yeah,
find your
life
other
happens.
pursuit.
Real life
Life
happens.
happens,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
And no, I don't know if we ever really. I actually have this kind of like distinct memory of someone reaching out and being like, "Wait, so like you guys haven't like posted anything in a few months? Like, is
It's
this
like,
is
what's,
this
yeah.
it? Are we done? Like, is it gone?" And we were always like, "No, it's not done. Like, if you break up, you break up.
Yeah.
We're still a band. We're all best friends. We come from like a tiny town in South Dakota, so like the sort of the we were never gonna stop being super, super close to
The
each
group
other.
chats were continuing
The
on.
group chats were
Yes.
continuing on. Yeah, it felt for all intents and purposes like we were still in a band, even though we weren't playing shows or recording any music.
Right.
Um, so yeah, I guess that was it. There was never like sort of a definitive end date. But then certainly when we did come back, it felt like a reunion. Like when
Yeah.
we waited a year or two. I forget exactly how long it was before we did like a couple of shows, and yeah, it felt like a reunion.
What do you think? I mean, I've always been a big fan of Paradise Fears. I distinctively remember, I think it was P- Paramount All Time Low you guys were opening for on that one. And like, it was
Yeah.
like, you wanted to know a story? I definitively remember this. Like, obviously, you were the openers. And so you had like the room or whatnot. And I remember during their set, somebody from your band went in and like started like taking their chips and eating all their food. And they got off
Yeah, we were
stage.
broke as fuck, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
We had a before that tour, we got a 15 passenger van because obviously that's what you do. That's like the world of touring. We were like, cool, okay, 15 passengers. We could probably have like 14 people in there. So we had like eight crew members, eight crew members, and one of the first one. It's like a couple of shows in the tour. Matt, All Time Low's tour manager, comes up. He's like, hey, like. I think a lot of your people are like not doing anything. Like, I don't know if we're gonna like give all these people per diems because I like they say they're working for you, but like I don't know what they're doing. We're like we don't know what they're doing either.
It was almost so absurd and that it's almost got you just have to kind of laugh about it, you know. But also, you know, to even take it a step further and why like I know myself and you and fans are so excited about it, you know, this upcoming tour that you're doing is that was part of like that DIY scene and like, you know, All Time Low started, you know, all the bands that we all love, like Good Charlotte. I remember specifically, I was like 11 years old and they pulled up to a venue, Birch Hill in New Jersey, and they fell out of their passenger van. And Benji had like the pink spikes and everything. And like, you were just trying to make as much money to try to get to the next, they opened for Bloodhound Gang at the time. It's like trying to get to the next venue. And like, so you kind of did grow up on the road. So as long as you weren't a bad person, it's kind of like we all kind of were all in the same boat. Like We the Kings, like Mayday Parade, the main like Paradise Fears was a couple years after them, but like those were the ones that like we all I grew up like with, you know. So that's why like you couldn't really get mad at it because it's just like you learn on the road, and you kind of did
Yeah.
grow up Paradise Fears like throughout those years. You guys really, you know, honed in on your music, but also towards the end really became a solid band and like really great musicians and just being able to relate with each other. Would you agree?
Absolutely, man. No, I really appreciate you saying that. We definitely were extremely green and extremely early when we got going. I think that the only thing that we really had, we didn't necessarily have the performing chops or the songwriting chops, but we definitely had like the camaraderie piece of it. Like we loved to hang, and that entire world, that entire genre, I feel like was sort of like first and foremost defined by its hang. And but then yeah, the deeper we got into it, I became very, very proud of a lot of the music that we made and like the musicianship of like Jordan, our guitar player, Cole is a songwriter, Michael, our keyboard player, Marcus and Lucas, they're like, and even now, we don't play for 3 years, and then we get together, and like, I'm
It's
not gonna lie,
fun.
like you come show up in June, and you will hear a very, very tight band. If
Yeah.
I can hold up my end of the bargain, if I
It is,
can.
and it's funny that you mentioned that because last time you played in Nashville, somebody forgot the words and screwed up the only song that
There's
I
so
care
many.
about in my life. And you screwed it up. I'll still get Facebook memories. And I know the reason I bring this up is because we still have the OG listeners that are tuning in right now, and also the newer listeners as well. You guys know how many times I played Sanctuary on the goddamn on the Gunz Show. I can't say goddamn because it's a beautiful song, but on the Gunz Show, I would scream that, and Samuel Miller screwed up the lyrics, but you admitted it. You literally go, "Oh shit, I fucked up." I was like,
Bro,
"What
there's so
happened?"
many words. I know. I'm hitting the books before June. I'm
Yes,
not
you'll
making that
study
same
the
mistake.
lyrics. Yeah.
Yes.
Listen, man, we're very excited about this. Obviously, are tickets on sale just yet? Are they? Can people pick them up?
Tomorrow at 10 a.m. local. So I don't know when
Love
this is
that.
going to drop, but
All right. So if you're
if
listening to
it comes
this,
out
if you're
tomorrow, they'll
watching
be
this,
on.
make sure
Yeah.
to pick up tickets. This show will sell out. These tours will sell out. These multiple cities will sell out. I was able to, I talked to Alex De Leon. He's a neighbor of mine. We always kept in touch the last couple of years for sure. And there I was at when we were young, when they kind of reunited and whatnot, went to their pre-show, the kickoff show the day before. And the reaction that they got, and just, then they do the all-time low tour more, and just how much better they've gotten together. I mean, the crowd was going wild. And that's, once again, man, there's something about it that's happening. And not to go on a diatribe right now, but my audience knows this, and I've written about it in my articles and more. It's like, make tours that make sense these days. Okay. I cannot scream that from the mountaintop loud enough, because for the listeners out there, I understand this disposable income. All right. You only have so much, everything's so expensive. It's funny that everything goes up except our paychecks. I understand. You know what I mean? I hear you out there on the Gunz Show. So if we're going to tour, and especially as we kind of get older or whatnot, and some people have kids and the babysitter type stuff or whatever it might be, they're going to go out maybe once a month or twice a month. You got to make it worth it for them. And if bands are touring too close together that are kind of the same genre or whatnot, or friends, it's kind of like, well, shit, what one do I go to? So the fact that Paradise Fears is teaming up with the Cab, or for the fact that Yellow Card and Newfound Glory are going out, or then you saw, or like All Time Low and Mayday Parade, 4 Year Strong, like the fact that these things are happening is just a win all around, because if you like one band, you pretty much like the other bands as well. And if it's more of a nostalgia, perhaps play with the Cab and Paradise Fears, you're going to have the best time of your life. So that's why, long story short, Sam Miller, I love this tour. It makes sense, and the fans and it just makes sense. Would you agree?
Yeah. Absolutely, man. No, I mean, we're all very much into our adult lives. We got kids and jobs and babies, and even making 3 weeks on the road happen is pretty difficult for us. But every
Yeah.
time that we were trying to make it work, and we hit a snag, or something seemed like maybe a little too difficult to overcome, we would just sort of like look at each other and be like, "Yeah, but it's the fucking Cab. Like, what are we not going to go with the Cab? Like, we're
Ballin'!
massive fans, like from day one. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
touring with them. And yes, to get to sort of revive this tour that we toured with them 14 years ago now. I think that, not only are we excited to just like watch them every night, I was at that same when we were young pre-show. I brought my son, and they sound fucking incredible.
Yeah.
But so to get to watch them every night and enjoy this like music that we love, but then also to get to like feel a part of this thing that happened 14 years ago. Like I do, like you said, there have been a lot of people coming to these reunion shows. I think there are a lot of people who maybe know or care about our bands, but like, don't necessarily care enough to come to one of the 3 shows we do every 3 years. Whereas now, like the fact that they get to see this other band that they love as a part of it, I'm really hoping that we're going to get to see a lot of people that we haven't seen in a very, very long time. It's pretty exciting prospect for us.
Absolutely. When I saw the announcement, I immediately texted you and I was like, yo, we are so back. Let's go. So, real quick, I know we got to run as we speak here with Sam Miller, of course, from Paradise Fears. We toured with the Cab. So excited. Let's go. how did it come about? Like, did De Leon, like we were talking before, you said like, yeah, the conversation's like, oh, well, yeah, if we ever do something, like we'd love to do something, I guess. Do you remember like a group text? Did like it come to from a booking agent to the whole band at once? Did Alex hit you up and you were like, you hit up the guys and like, hey, do you want to go on tour with the cab? This might happen. Like, do you remember anything on that?
Yeah, yeah. I mean Alex and I talk quite a bit and have stayed very close over the years. I officiated his wedding. Um
Nice.
and I think that was probably how kind of like the initial seed maybe was planted. We had talked about it at some of those when we were young pre-shows. I think he had been kind of tracking the stuff that we had done in the intervening years. And then yeah, he started talking about them doing a headliner
Yeah.
with the same agent, Jason Kupferman at Golden Gate. And you know, he's I think always kind of like advocated for us as a part because
Yeah.
like you said, we were very late to this world, you know, a lot of the Cavs putting out their first stuff in 2008 when we were like freshmen in high school. So
Right.
um we came to the world quite a bit later, and so a lot of times we don't sort of like find ourselves in some of those more, you know, I don't know that we would like
You were never like put into like a scene, like you were never like in quote
yeah,
unquote a scene. Yeah.
sometimes we miss the like cutoff of those things. And yet I do think that, you know, I think that because we had toured with the cab and because they had sort of like tracked what we were doing, there was we had always sort of like stayed on their radar. And yeah, I think that just as they were, I'd imagine as they were kind of like building what they wanted like the profile of this tour to be, we were talking about this a little bit, like you can sort of like go two routes if you're a band that hasn't toured in a really long time. You can either sort of like brand yourself as something that feels very new and bring out somebody who's much newer, or you can lean into sort of like the, you know, the nostalgia you could call it, or just sort of like where your audience has lived before. And I think that they you know, saw us as like a really good piece and example of that. And
Yeah.
so yeah, I Alex brought it up to me. We've been talking to Jason about it, and then yeah, it was um when they actually sent the dates and the venues, that was the thing that, like, you know, we'd been really struggling with some of the logistics of it. And then we started looking at those venues and we're like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, Mercy Theater, we're gonna go back to Irving, like they're
Like,
gonna play
come
the
on.
TLA, like of course,
Yeah.
like what are we gonna not do this? So yeah, I
Yeah.
think that
And
was
what's really
um
cool about what's really great about what you just said though is I spoke with the cab. Yeah, I've had them on a couple of times since they were back. And one of the things that they said was a lot of times like you don't get a second chance. And the fact is, like, I don't know if Paradise Fears, like we'll see how long this continues on or whatnot. But the fact that you get to do it, your kids get to see you now, you're all in a different
yeah,
spot.
man.
Like a lot of bands don't get to do that, especially like if you break like bands break go on hiatus, break up, like they kind of disperse, you know what I mean? And the fact that you're all
Yeah.
still like you were able to continue playing those shows and here and there, it's like, yeah, you gotta take advantage. Like, dude, I would yell at I don't know if I would be friends with you anymore if you were offered this and you guys didn't take it. Like, I don't know if I would talk to you because
I
you
I
don't
I
get these
agree, man. I
opportunities
felt
in
the
life
same way.
again, bro.
I felt the same way. We set it up. That was, yeah, it was like our consistent refrain was one, like how many chances in your life do you really get to like do this thing again? And
And
two, it's
it's
the fucking
music,
cab.
which is what we all based our lives on. It means so much to us. You don't get to do that in any other industry or aspect of life where you're literally emotional, projecting thoughts, emotions,
Yeah.
everything, inspiration, and people are literally screaming it back to you. There's no
Yeah.
other experience like that. And to be able to do that, man, like, let's go, bro.
It's true, man. Yeah, it's gonna be such a funny role to like re-inhabit. Like I just don't, you know, I don't have a very lead singer of a band energy throughout my I'm producing movies, you know. I'm not
Yeah, no, yeah,
not
yeah,
not a lot of
yeah.
not a lot of like really like loud visceral stage
You're
energy.
not
So,
guns.
you know,
You're no guns on stage.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, your life is a performance. I think something I got to remember how to do once every 3 years.
Well, listen, man, I'm always down for to give you advice or tips or whatnot.
Oh,
Two
thank you.
questions left. You
Yeah.
mentioned you toured with the cab years ago. Do you remember anything on that tour? A funny story or anything like that? Or did you guys eat
I
all their
mean, they were
food as
they were
well?
super
Did you
super
eat all
nice
their
to us.
food
We
as well?
probably, bro. The- we never really learned, and we kept smoking weed. So, like, definitely, we were eating somebody's food. Um, we were. We were one of five on that run. We played for 20 minutes. They were really, really sweet to us. I remember on the last night of the tour, everybody coming out on stage wearing beanies because this was during like Alex's beanie era when he was rocking
Oh yeah.
beanies
Yep.
day all the time, no matter what rain.
Yeah. Could
Uh,
be in the middle of the desert and he's wearing a freaking beanie still. Yeah.
and I remember it was I think it was like a consistent thing that they would do on stage. I want to say it was after their second song where like Alex would be like, "What's our band's name?" And everybody in the audience would go, "The Cab." And be
Yeah.
like, "What's our band's name?" And so our band did that for like a very, very, very long time. "What's our band's name?" The Cab. Let's see if that comes back around.
They might.
I remember that very distinctly. Man. Um,
So they all came out beanies as like their prank, I guess, end of tour
yeah,
prank to you
yeah, yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was Somerset on that run as
They
well?
were, yeah. Everything's
So
Fine,
that's
Simply
how it all
Soldier. It was
started
those two
because
albums.
you,
Yep.
De Leon, and Dales, and
Yep.
for those, my
Yeah.
original listeners might remember, I started a fantasy football league and had all y'all in that as well.
Yes,
Brian Dales was
sir.
terrible.
Yes, sir.
He had his brother setting his lineups for him because he doesn't know
Yep.
sports. So that's how it all kind of started then. Jeez,
Yeah, yeah. And then we got, I mean, yeah, we've stayed really good friends throughout the years.
of
Those guys, I
course.
obviously love
Yeah,
those guys quite a bit. I got a nice picture from my baby shower of me
that's
and Alex and
amazing,
Brian all
dude.
together. Yeah.
Well, listen, man, the fact that these friendships still remain, the fact that, I'm able to text you and like we can get you on the Gun Show and all that stuff. And like, and all this, it's like we haven't missed a beat, dude. Like the smiles and laughs and stories, that's what it's all about.
But
And
I'm telling you,
that's,
dude, this entire
and
genre of music is defined by the hang. It is just, it is
yes,
pure, it's camaraderie with a little bit of music sprinkled in.
yeah. And just don't be an asshole. You know what I mean? We all make mistakes here and there, but
Yeah.
it's kind of just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
just
you eat
be,
you eat everybody's food, you apologize for it, or you don't know about it and you just live with
you
it for
find out
15
about it
years and then
10
find
years
out
later.
later.
Sam Miller, of course, Paradise Fears. Real quick, you also have like you've released books and stuff like that. Do you have anything coming out? Give us an update on that. Can people still purchase your previous book?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I write under the name Samuel Miller. 3 books out. I got another one coming out next year. I got a movie coming out later this year, called Smudge the Blades, the hockey movie up in Canada. Um, yeah, life continues to life.
Life continues to life, and ballers continue to ball. We'll have you on. I just had Micah Rizzioni on from Team USA, of
Oh
course.
yeah,
Do you believe in
of course.
miracles? I had him on the Gun Show. I'm a big sports
Yes,
guy.
dude.
Yeah, so I had Rizzioni on to talk about obviously 1980s and everything like
I've
that.
watched
And
that. I've
like,
watched that movie 2 dozen times in the
so
last
there's a
couple.
new Netflix doc that just came out, or might be HBO
Oh,
Max. It
mm,
is it's unbelievable. It just got dropped on the 26th of January. So
nice.
check
Hell
it. Type
yeah.
in Miracle. It's got nothing to do with that,
Yeah.
the Miracle movie, but it's worth watching tonight. So definitely
Yeah.
check it out. It's amazing.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And go Islanders, by the way. So I can't wait to get
Spoiler.
it get in on for the upcoming movie. We'll have you back on that. All right, Sam. Anything else you want to say to all the listeners, the fans out
Nah,
there, the
man. We'll
OGs and the new ones? What are you most excited about? And what do you want to say to everybody?
Yeah, we'll see you in June, baby. Tickets go on sale tomorrow. So come see this. Come get this love.
You know what? I think you play Nashville. De Leon hit me up a couple weeks ago. Was, don't make any plans, and I think it was June 18th
June
or
17th.
June 17th. So my birthday is
June
the 18th.
17th. I think we're gonna make it to midnight.
I
I
think
think
we'll
we
make it
will
to
get to your
midnight.
birthday.
Gunz's birthday all these years later. Let's go.
Oh
Rolling
man.
and balling, baby. Boom.
I
Let's
love it,
go.
brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate you having me on. I appreciate all you do for this scene and for the world.
Appreciate you all. And of course, the listeners out there. Make sure to always subscribe to The Gun Show. Guns with the Z, Gunz. You only live once, but you love like us. Once is enough, especially when it comes to music and beyond. Very excited about this. Let's throw back to the OG, the one that I played so many times. You all know the breakdown because we don't even know who we are. Let's go. Sanctuary by Paradise Fears, Sam Miller, right there. Follow him across social media. Paradise Fears is so back. The Cab is so back. It's the year 2026. The Gun Show's still going strong. Let's go. Y'all in and balling. Peace.